Awesome. You saved my mood. Yesterday, I did something that I don't know that I've done in maybe a decade. I can't fact check it, but man, off the top of my head, I cannot think of another time that I did the thing that I did yesterday. Any guesses? Yesterday, the Kansas City Chiefs played an entire regular season football game. And I didn't tweet once. I didn't blue sky. I didn't thread. I took my notes. I did the post-game show. And I drove home. Welcome into Everything Else. I am Joshua Brisco. It's brought to you by Cannabis Company. I'm trying to bring the festive mood in here. I've got my little Christmas tree. I've got my little naughty, nice, I tried mug. I love a good Christmas mug. I didn't buy this, but I got it. And I think it was like a Secret Santa thing or something. I use it year round, but I want to feel the festive holiday spirit. And the two things I love perhaps most about this time of year is the Christmas season, which does contain my birthday, which I also enjoy, and playoff football, meaningful football. I'm not sure how or what this name would be for the first person that made this note in the chat, but literally back-to-back coffee and we're going to say Mino, maybe? Made the note that this mug is how we all handled yesterday. It's how the Chiefs have handled this season. A little bit naughty, a little bit nice. At least we tried. The effort's the thing that matters. But I retweeted a couple things from Nate Taylor and Matt Derrick, some injury updates and inactives and stuff like that. But I never had a single moment during that game when I was like, I got to take to the streets. I've got to let the people know right now my opinion about this thing right this second. Something so important happened that I have to share it with the world. And most of the thoughts that I did have during Chiefs Titans, those were edited down by an old saying. I think my mom probably told me this at some point. Maybe someone in your family told you this as a youngin'. They say if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And I'm not even feeling terribly negative about Chiefs Titans for what it's worth. I just didn't have anything nice to say. What would it have been? What about Chiefs Titans could you have said, oh yeah, well you know what, at least, there's a lot of field goals, but at least Harrison Buck. Oh, nope, he's still broken. Honestly, Chris Oladokun did more than he could have been asked to do. Nothing but compliments to him. He got no reps during practice this week, according to Andy Reid, which makes total sense just for all the Shedeur Sanders fans who just got here. He didn't get reps in practice because Gardner Minshew doesn't get very many reps in practice because Patrick Mahomes gets the reps when he's healthy. Well, Gardner Minshew was going to be the starter, so he got all the reps, and then he gets hurt early in the game. Matt Derrick first to report that the Chiefs fear that it is an ACL tear for Gardner Minshew. And I think that matters, by the way. I'll put a pin in that. Not official on the word there, but Matt had it first, and then the national insiders started circling, and I think most of them credited Matt, which I appreciate, because that seems like that's so rare. Sources confirm to me, big media guy, that the Chiefs fear, but Matt got the scoop. I appreciated that. VF is epic in the chat, said Chiefs are so bad they actually managed to get Josh to stop talking for 3 hours. Sad but true. Tucker, can we ban him? Can we, let's see, 3 dots and put user in timeout, ban user and delete their comments. I'm keeping an eye on you. That's a little sassy. My birthday's tomorrow. I don't need to get sassed right now. I'm not mad about how the game went. I think in every practical purpose, better to lose that game than win it. Just in terms of like the long-term view. I'm not telling you to root against the Chiefs. I'm not saying to root for a loss. I am certainly not telling you to root for the Broncos and Raiders the next 2 weeks. And I'm certainly not telling you to root for the Broncos in Arrowhead on Christmas night. I don't, in fact. I'm not going to. But, you know, in this instance, if you're at Arrowhead, you can maybe make an impact on the environment at the game. If you're watching at home with your family, I would just say, don't get stressed out about the result if you can help it. Again, I don't like it when the Broncos or Raiders win. We're just going to get there. But in the grand scheme of the season, if these are basically preseason games, see what you've got from the unknown quantities and enjoy the fact that you're going to have a top 15 draft pick. You might have a top 10 draft pick if you do lose these next 2 games. The problem, and really the only thing that I'm like a little bit bent out of shape about today, is that we didn't get to see as many of the unknown quantities yesterday as I thought we were going to see. I told you on Friday, I didn't expect the third team to be out there exclusively, even with the third team quarterback, which is crazy. I'm not asking the Chiefs to actively tank. I'm certainly not asking any of the players to go out there and play at 75%. That's irresponsible. It's unhealthy. You cannot play NFL football at 70% speed. You're going to injure yourself or get somebody else injured. Not any of those things. But a lot of the guys we talked about in this game who could have shown something didn't get the opportunity to. I'm also not making a beeline to blame the coaching staff because there are some other unflattering explanations. None of them are good. That's the problem here. None of the reasons that Brashard Smith didn't get a carry, none of that can be good news because he didn't get a carry. Let's start with Minshew, though, and the thing that I told you last week that I thought he could really do these next 3 games. The Chiefs need an off-season quarterback as much as they need a backup quarterback, or as much as they need a quarterback for the first 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks of the season. You need to have a plan if you're going to have a competent roster, which, up in the air, but if you're going to try to have a roster ready for the return of Patrick Mahomes, you need to have the ability to have someone else start in week 1 or week 4 or week 6. If Patrick Mahomes needs 12 months to recover, but he comes back near 100% in December and the Chiefs are in the playoff race, hey, we can live with that. You got Patrick Mahomes back for the playoff push. Congratulations. You have to just keep your head above water to that point if that is the situation you're looking at. So that all matters. But the thing you're going to need a quarterback for is March through July, March through August. And they don't have one anymore. Gardner Minshew might have been that guy. Maybe he wasn't going to be. We don't know. And now we probably never will. But if Gardner Minshew has a torn ACL, he's going to be in the same rehab process that Patrick Mahomes is in. Maybe it's just the ACL, not the LCL, so it's like a little bit different. But he's going to be out the same period of time. The Chiefs are going to have either Chris Oladokun or an outside quarterback come in and quarterback this offseason. If you want a coaching staff change, if you want an offensive scheme evolution, you have to install that in the offseason. You're not only are you bringing in new pass catchers, it's not going to be the same wide receiver room next year. It's not going to be the same tight end room next year, most likely. You're going to have new running backs, certainly. You're going to have all these moving parts. This would be an awesome time to have Patrick Mahomes get acclimated to a new running back room and a different wide receiver room, maybe a new tight end room. Young offensive linemen still learning to block for Patrick Mahomes. You're not going to have him there in St. Joe when you're trying to get this team ready for next season. So that question could have been answered by Gardner Minshew. Now it probably can't be. It's just a bummer. And it's a bummer for Minshew, who's been the backup all year. He gets out there and a few plays in, kind of slides and lands funny, and that's the ball game. And he's made money in his career. He can rehab from that and return and keep his thing going. But the idea that he was going to be able to lead the Chiefs through the offseason and maybe the beginning of next year, that was probably the best case scenario for Minshew. Or play so well that you get a starting job somewhere, or a chance to compete for a starting job somewhere. He's not going to have that now. Frustrating for him, disappointed for him, just a bummer. So that's the unfortunate state of the quarterback room, and at some point this offseason, we're going to get around here and we're going to have a real-life discussion about Bailey Zappi to Kenny Pickett to Russell Wilson to Marcus Mariota. We're going to say all of these names, and we're going to mean it at some point this offseason, talking about who do you want to bridge the gap for the Chiefs right now. Makes me sad, because obviously we've just been lucky to talk about Patrick Mahomes. Carson Wentz reunion. We're gonna have to talk about that. They'll figure it out. It's just going to be a little harder now, because it's not going to be a guy who's been in the system this year, unless Oladokun is the guy, and then what a find, I guess. But the specific thing about Chiefs-Titans that kind of bothers me, and I've been on Twitter, even though I haven't been tweeting, I know it bothers you. I went to dig up the snap counts this morning, and I was surprised by a few of them. Wide receiver 1 in this game, catching pass from the Minshew-Oladokun combo. Wide receiver 1, Juju Smith-Schuster, took 41 snaps, 91% of the workload, 1 catch, 12 yards yesterday. I'm not playing the box score here because the game mattered, just like to think about who got work here. They didn't run a ton of offensive plays. It was a terrible offensive day. Juju Smith-Schuster is a professional wide receiver. I understand why he's out there. Jalen Royals, rookie draft pick, who's been a healthy scratch almost this entire season, played 3 offensive snaps. Nico Remigio played 4. Brashard Smith, rookie running back, who has gotten carries this year. Not many, but some. Brashard Smith plays 8 snaps. No carries, one catch late in the fourth quarter. Isaiah Pacheco, meanwhile, 73% of the snaps. His 8 carries was more than the rest of the team combined. They had 7 carries outside of Pacheco. He was tied for the team lead in receiving yards, 41, and nearly had as many catches as the rest of the team combined. He had 6 catches, the rest of the team had 8. Now look, that's at least in part because you've got quarterbacks under duress, checking the ball to the running back. Oh, only 1 pass snap for Jalen Royals. Thank you, Tucker. After the game, Andy said that there were packages for Jalen Royals and Jeffrey Bassa. Only one of those snaps that Jalen Royals was out there was a pass play, so limited package. So he ran 1 route, I guess. I like Isaiah Pacheco. I think he seems like a good dude. Had a tough break, literally injuring his leg and just not looking like the same guy since then. I've got no ill will towards Isaiah Pacheco. You know what he is, though. You can evaluate him. Kareem Hunt got a lighter workload, which is good because he's taken a lot of hits these last 2 years as it stands. But if you're going to be checking the ball to running back out of the backfield, you can't do that to Brashard Smith. No carries. 0 handoffs to Brashard Smith. 0 tosses. Jared Wiley, also a healthy scratch all year. He had 1 target that he caught on that little play when Noah Gray was out and picked up the first down. 2 snaps yesterday. What's he there for? If not now, what's he there for? If he's going to be on your 53 all season long, to me it makes me think, okay, well, he had the ACL injury last year and he got back healthy enough to participate in everything, but maybe he's just not 100%. You want to keep him around. You think he's still an asset in some form. Totally fine with that. I have not been complaining about needing more Jared Wiley through the regular season. But now the season is going through the motions. Hand the ball to Brashard Smith. Throw a couple. Let Jared Wiley be out there. Now, you can't, I understand, you don't want to let the entire thing snowball to where Chris Oladokun just dies every snap because he's playing behind a third-string offensive line, and he's already working with third-string tackles. But you have the starting interior. Kingsley Creed and Trey Smith did return for the game. I didn't need to see Trey Smith out there, but look, you're trying to give Chu Godric a chance. Much better chance of surviving, and the quarterback behind you, whoever it is, much better chance surviving with Chu Godric and Trey Smith than with Chu Godric and Mike Caliendo. So I get it. I understand. Trey Smith after the game was very insistent that it's his job. And it's his job to be there. It's his job to play. He's doing his job. He's gutting it out. I respect that. I really, really do. Brian Cook is out there clearly going through it, clearly battling through injuries. He's a free agent in 2 more games. I just don't... I don't need him to fight through that while Jaden Hicks is still getting a very limited workload. I also understand Jaden Hicks has not had a good season. I'm not arguing that he has. I'm arguing that it matters more to get your definitive answer. Maybe it's over. Maybe after really liking him and having him ramp up late last season, maybe the Chiefs are out on Jaden Hicks. And if that's the case, Brian Cook is really important to re-sign and have around next year. You're relying a lot on Shamari Connor. You should have kept Justin Reed instead of signing Christian Fulton, who has been a disaster. Who did play some. Disastrously. 0 defensive snaps for Jeffrey Bassa. Jack Cochran played 29. Cooper McDonald only played 5. What's he there for? If not to step in for Leo Chanel. All that to say, this is a good point by Jackie. I noticed this at the time. Jaden Hicks was the person the Chiefs put on the graphic 24 hours to game time. I saw that and I was like, oh, interesting. Jaden Hicks is getting the graphic spotlight. Surely he'll play. I understand the nature of it all, that you have to field a team. I'm not asking you to play only the backups, even though I don't think Creed has anything to prove. Creed's out there because he's a bastion of consistency. I really do respect that. Chris Jones and Travis Kelce want to be out there and just be a part of the team all the way until the final whistle. I respect that. I really do. Not finding a way to seriously attempt to get the rookies who haven't seen the field, or some of the young players who narrowly made the roster, not working them into the rotation, is frustrating to me. Maybe it's concerning more than it's frustrating, because here's the other side. And Tucker mentions that we're at 83 games for Creed Humphrey's start streak. He ought to go have the first snap every week for sure. Do that. And if he wants to keep playing, I'm perfectly understanding of that. Here's the problem for me on the Jalen Royals, Jeffrey Bassa. You want to make it about Jared Wiley and Jaden Hicks? Go for it. These guys who aren't getting into the rotation, I think the most justified reason for them to not be in the mix is that they are so bad in practice, or they are so on the wrong page in the meeting room, that you can't run a functional unit with them out there. Because look, Jack Cochran is out there because Spags thinks that he can run a functional defense with Jack Cochran. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's why he's out there. That's why Mike Edwards has been out there. You're not raising the ceiling, but you're trying to hold the floor instead of having a young player who might go out there and make a back-breaking mistake. So you play the veterans. But is that where we're at with Royals and Bassa? Best case scenario, they're dragging now. They're a total weakness now if they were on the field. Is that mental? If so, are they going to, quote unquote, get it with another training camp, with some more time in the system? Or is that not how it works? I genuinely don't know. And we're not going to ever get the honest answer. We will be shown the answer this time next year, on some level at least. Like, all right, Jared Wiley, you were a early day 3 draft pick, and you've not made an impact on the field. And the injury is unfortunate. Eventually, you just don't make the cut downs, I guess. Even tight end, I'm almost willing to try to like give a little bit more wiggle room because it's kind of famously a slower developing position. I don't want to give up on these guys. I want to see them play. But if the Chiefs don't want to see them play, what has that told you? It's nothing good. They're not hiding Jalen Royals because he's the secret weapon next year when the games matter, because he's had an opportunity to get involved this year if he was ready. I know you have to have a masters in Andy Reid's offense to be like a every down part of the offense, which is why Juju's out there 91% of the snaps yesterday. But the best case scenario, giving total justification to the Chiefs coaching staff, giving them your entire trust in this process, the best case you can build is that they do not belong on an NFL football field right now. That Brashard Smith is not a running back. I didn't believe that out of the draft. I didn't believe that this time a week ago. I know Nick Bolton's going to be on the field because you want him to be the guy that's communicating with everybody around him. There's no world in which you want to get Jeffrey Bassa 10 live snaps instead of giving all of those to Drew Tranquill and Jack Cochran. Cooper McDonald, again, like, he's stuck around. What's the vision? The injuries are real. Like, this isn't just the regular Chiefs going out there and totally laying an egg against the Titans. I'm not really that worried. I'm not in a place of like, man, they made Cam Ward look like God. Yeah, he's good. Cam Ward is good, and he's going to be good. And Christian Fulton is not going to be covering a receiver for this team next year. I can't imagine that. I can't imagine Jaden Hicks being out there next year out of necessity. I can't imagine Brian Cook getting paid somewhere else in free agency. I can't imagine Justin Reed being here. But right now, the back half of last year's draft class is looking tough. I just opened it up to make sure I had my draft picks right. You know, they didn't have the third rounder. They moved up for Worthy, moved up for Kingsley. And then Jared Wiley, 4th rounder. Jaden Hicks, 4th rounder. Hunter Norzad, 5th. Kamal Haddon, remember him? 6th. CJ Hansen, 7th. I saw Tucker go, huh? I don't think Kamal Haddon made it out of training camp, if I remember correctly. I don't need your day 3 picks to all be starters, by the way, but I'm just looking for something. 4th, 5th, and 7th round picks this year, Jalen Royals, Jeffrey Bassett, Brashard Smith. If those guys just aren't a part of your future, I guess we're going to find out eventually. But I would like to see the opportunity. But I tell you what, though, we might be... I know we've talked... This is not where I thought we were going to go here today, but obviously that 2022 draft class, 7th round is Jalen Watson, Isaiah Pacheco, Najee Johnson. Like, a ridiculous 7th round for the... Like, Najee gave you some good snaps. Pacheco gave you a real season and change. And then Jalen Watson as a 7th round pick is unbelievable. I mean, he's had a very good year. He's a very good player. Day 3 the last few years has not been kind. Shamari Connor in 2023, good pick as a 4th rounder. BJ Thompson, Keandre Coburn, Nick Jones. And then Wiley, Hicks, Norzad, Haddon, Hansen. And then this year, Royal Spasa Smith. Obviously, later in the draft, the worst chance you're going to have of getting good players there. But we talk so much about like, oh man, they've been so good with those picks in the after the top 100. Frankly, man, they've really found some gems. That's that 2022 draft class for sure. Where they also, by the way, had 3 7th round picks to throw. So they hit on 2 of them home runs. I don't know, just a frustrating day, having almost nothing to do with the result. At this point, look, you get a chance to have a top 10 pick, you got to nail it. You find yourself the pass rusher of a caliber that you can't otherwise find when you're picking in the 30s every year. You bring me a legit number 1 X receiver, love it. The pain of this season will be washed away if one of those guys is a blue chip star. But just a weird series of processes yesterday. All for nothing, by the way. Like, I know that Andy's talking about you go out there to win the games. You're here to try to win the football games. Understandably so. To some extent, like that's just the mindset you have to have. They weren't close to doing that. That was not a team that was like, well, you know, at least it was respectable and functional. Do you think it doesn't really look that different with no Nick Bolton or no Trey Smith? I don't know. Maybe that'll change a little bit. I don't know that it's going to change on a short week against Denver. On Christmas at home, I'm guessing they're going to put out basically the same team we saw yesterday. Maybe week 18 is a little bit easier to say, all right, okay, last game of the year, young guys finish out strong. It's the young guys and Travis Kelce and Creed Humphrey making it happen. And I'm okay with that. But just a frustrating game where we didn't really get any of the silver linings that we were hoping to find from ultimately a game that had no standing implications, did have draft pick implications, helping the Chiefs and hurting the Titans for whatever that's worth. You know what I think will help you out, and also where you are going to get what you expect, you are going to find the silver linings, you are going to find, in this case, unbelievable deals. That's with our friends at KC Cannabis. Kansas City Cannabis is in Kansas City, of Kansas City, for Kansas City. They have 5 local locations. They are not some out-of-state big conglomerate that moved in and stomped down and said, we're and in all these other states, we're Illinois Cannabis and Arkansas Cannabis. No, it's Kansas City Cannabis for a reason. And I've been telling you, they've got this unbelievable thing going on for the 12 days of Christmas sales. That each day it's been a different sale. You can still see what's up next here on kccannabis.com, C-O-M. But I'll tell you, Monday, that's today, December 22nd, is gift one, get one pre-rolls, BOGO. Tuesday, tomorrow, December 23rd, all Vibe Cannabis is 40% off. And then on Christmas Eve, they close at 4 p.m., but their normal $200 mix and match ounce deal is $160 while they're open. So some unbelievable deals all the way through, all over at KC Cannabis and kccannabis.com.
They're great. Thanks, guys.
Some gifts are nice.
Oh, a Swiss Army knife.
Some gifts are thoughtful. And some gifts light up the whole season. Share the joy of Missouri-made quality this season. From December 13th to the 24th, join us for 12 days of cheer.
I do have another offering for you, dear listener, another message to deliver. I think you're going to like it. And I could just give you the bit.ly that I made. I made a bit.ly for this. If you want to skip me talking about it, I don't think you're going to want to. But I feel good about the bit.ly. You can go to bit.ly/mystery snail. That's got it. You got your ears have to perk up. What's the mystery? What? Josh, you ask, what's the mystery snail? Good question. Every podcast in the world has been telling you to hurry up and order gifts for your loved ones, and now it's too late. It's December 22nd, and it's too late. You drug your feet, you're not that happy with what you've got for your loved one, and you're thinking, man, I wish I could go ahead and save myself, but it's 3 days till Christmas. There's no chance. It's too late. Or maybe it's the perfect time. The perfect time for what? Another great question. I'm enjoying playing both sides of this conversation. You know what's better than one present? One single, measly present one time? How about a year of presents? Would you like a year of presents? Imagine giving your family and friends the gift that keeps on giving every single month of the year. No, this is not a long road to some sort of enhancement product or anything like that. I mean, it will enhance your relationship and it will enhance your home. Introducing the Mystery Snail Mail Art Club. Once a month, you will receive, if you sign up for it. Once a month, you receive a mystery gift in the mail, the snail mail, that has art pieces in it from Renaissance Art. What's Renaissance Art, you ask? That's an art brand run by Tucker's favorite independent artist, my wife, Renee. That's right. My wife wants to send you and your loved ones gifts all year long through her company, Renaissance Art. These envelopes could contain stickers like those. Hold on. Whoop, those are for later. Those are for later. There are surprise stickers in here. It's really exciting. You can have incredible stickers like these. Look at these bugs, these butterflies. Look at the possum party. Hold on. Look at the possum party. Bad news for the audio listeners, but you can look, and I'll give you the website again. You can go look for yourself. You get incredible stickers like these every month, or can include prints like these, small art prints for the level 1 subscription, or larger prints on level 2. And you can get bookmarks, garlands, notebooks, paper crafts. I don't think I have, look, they're on Renee's website, and the art shows she's been doing out and around the city the last several months have really been unbelievable. She's been making incredible stuff, which I know because her studio is also where I watch football most of the time. So the sticker machine will be whirring while I'm watching Sunday Night Football, as it was. For $5 a month at level 1 or $10 a month at level 2. This is very affordable. You're basically taking food out of our three-legged dog's bowl by signing up for this. At level 2, you can get the subscription in monthly increments, or you can gift an entire year subscription all at once, and you get 2 months free. So it'd be $50 for the full year of level 1, or $100 for a full year of level 2. Your first mystery envelope, you also receive a sticker of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the snail, the mystery snail, which is a pun on Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, who, Tucker, famously wrote...
my favorite human being ever, Sherlock Holmes.
He wrote the Sherlock Holmes stories, but not Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. That's the mystery snail. Mm-hmm. And when you go to purchase a membership, there's a little box that'll say, how did you hear about me, for Renee's art company? You go there, and if you put the words everything else in there, you say you heard about the show, heard about the art club, the snail mail club from everything else, you get a free sticker of the possum mascot that opens every show, rotating through the countdown screen. These stickers are real. They're in color. They're holding a football, screaming into a microphone, and they are delightful. So enter everything else in that drop-down box, or if you order anything else through Renee's website, you can go ahead and put in the little drop-down box additional information. It says, how'd you hear about it? Put everything else in that box, and this possum sticker is yours completely free. If you purchase a membership as a gift, you get an email with a certificate that you can send to the recipient, or you can print it out, put it in a little envelope, and give that gift on Christmas, and then the gifts will continue all year long. You can find the links to the Snail Mail Club in the Substack that I've got at jbbrisco.com, or go to renaissanceart.art/club for more information. That's RENEEISSANCE.art/club to support locally made Kansas City art created, printed, packaged, and shipped from my basement, her studio. however you want to put it. Because, Josh, that's a lot of letters. bit.ly/mystery snail. I think she had the idea about the mystery snail that then inspired the rest of the operation, and I can't blame her because it's hilarious. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Tremendous. All right, with that being said, Tucker, you are formally invited back into the frame. I just needed full screen so I can show off. I might just keep showing art as we go. These are prints that Renee has made and sold.
Ooh, you can't see it because my lights are off, but I have a print of the draft day. The draft day print. I don't know if did we ever publicly show that?
Right now, it's right here. Can you see behind the plant? I have the original proudly displayed right back here. Again, bad for the audio audience. I think I tweeted it out right after the draft show. Yeah. But I was in an alligator costume. Maddie was in a penguin, and Kent was a Psyduck. And then Renee artistically interpreted the draft stream, and this is what we've got. Heck, I don't think those are on the website right now, but if you want one, you can ask for one. I thought about trying to offer a secondary thing that I wasn't going to tell Renee about. It's like if you do the level 2 year-long sign up as a gift and you use everything else and promo code Brisco sucks, then I'll send you a Polaroid of our dog or something.
Yeah, right.
But I don't think they're on the website, but I think if you want the KCSN draft show print, I know Renee has the capacity to print that because I have the original right here and we have all the equipment downstairs to make that happen. So you can do that. You can just Venmo me, I don't know, $500. I'm not Renaissance Art. Right. I share a basement with that local company. Mm-hmm. If you want the draft show picture, you come to me, and I'll use the same equipment for a shady backroom deal, and we'll do that. So. With that in mind, Tucker, how have you? I haven't listened to anything from yesterday, dude. I didn't listen to postgame. I haven't listened to that football show. I did my diligence, and I'm rolling. Is there that football show?
Yeah, there is that football show.
Okay.
I wanted to start off by saying, does today feel like Monday to you?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't either. It feels like Tuesday. Does it not feel like a Tuesday?
It weirdly feels like a Tuesday for reasons I cannot explain.
And I don't know if that sense has ever been said to said ever, right? Because Tuesdays never feel like Tuesdays. But today I woke up and I was like, oh, only we're games today. But because it felt like yesterday, so much happened in the Chiefs game, and then also we recorded that football show after the game got done because I was Verderham, I was like, hey, you want to wait till Sunday Night Football gets done? It is an AFC game, so usually we like to wait for the AFC games, and he said, if we don't do it now, we're not going to do it. More graphically than that, but he did say that. And I said, all right, fine, let's go. So it was 30 minutes after we got done with post game. This might be one of the shortest that football shows we've ever recorded.
Really?
Yeah. It doesn't mean that we are any less scathing in our review of the team.
No, nor should you be.
It was I think it was a good episode. There is that football show out. We also are rolling into the holiday week where all the days start to mush together in general. But I woke up today, I went to the gym, not a big deal, and then I was at the gym and I was like, oh, it kind of feels like it's Tuesday a little bit. And I didn't know if that was a universal feeling. And kind of how weird is it though, Josh, that a lot of times those are universal feelings of when everyone feels oh, this Thursday feels like a Friday. And everyone feels that way.
There was NFL football on Saturday. There was playoff college football on Saturday.
Maybe that's why.
And it was a noon game, which is the thing for me where I got home last night and watched the end, at least, of one excellent, insane game, and then an entire Sunday night football game. And it was
Winter solstice just happened too. That's a great point.
Oh, does that mean it's getting brighter again?
Yeah,
we just passed the darkest day.
I think winter solstice is the darkest day of the year. Is that right? Is that how that works?
I think that seems right. Yeah. Shortest day and longest day, I think is what winter and summer solstice is. I'm gonna just flash art on the screen while you go ahead, and the chat demands a discussion of the Carolina Panthers t-shirt.
Yeah.
I think first of all, it
rips.
Great shirt, just from a straight up just fashion perspective. It's the old Panthers logo. Talk to the people who need to know what's going on there.
We're doing a lot of visual bits here for an audio medium, but expect nothing less for this show. So this shirt I had actually gotten a while ago. I want to say I was still living in my apartment. So, I mean, at least 3 or 4 years ago, I had got this shirt and I was too fat to wear it, and I lost
but
weight.
man, it feels great to pop into one of those you've just had in storage for a while.
Yeah, and I can wear it. And I've like been a pseudo Panthers supporter. I don't want to say fan. That's a sick one. That cat Star Wars one.
Yes, this was a pet commission and gift, and I'm not gonna tell the whole story right now, but yeah, look, pet commissions are also within Renee's wheelhouse. We're just not gonna be able to deliver that by Christmas.
By Christmas, yeah, tight turnaround. So I'd always kind of been a pseudo Panthers fan since Cam Newton, big Cam Newton fan. Early impressionable years as like I was in high school when Cam Newton was going off in Auburn, and when I think I was a senior, right in 2015 when they had that really good year, I would have been a senior in high school. That would have been the fall of my senior year. So incredibly impressionable. So I'd always kind of taken a little bit of a liking to the Carolina Panthers. Not to mention, there's not a lot of Panthers in professional sports. There's not a lot of like Carolina. I call it Carolina blue, right? But like powder blue in sports. Big fan of blue. Blue is my favorite color, no matter the shade. I just love blues. Blues, very visually appealing to me. Also, whoops, wrong side. I forgot it's smeared. This Panthers logo right here. Like, it's not quite like as fierce as it is now, right? It's still got a little bit of like character to it. Yeah. I mean, come on, dude.
It's great. And
like,
it's
a great
the black
design.
and powder blue, 100% agree. One of the best color combos in football.
I saw somebody in the chat say I thought I was a Bucks fan. That's probably because I have a Keyshawn Johnson Bucks jersey.
Oh, yeah. The jerseys do not equate to Tucker's fandom, by the way.
Right. No, they don't. They do not.
How many teams' jerseys do you think you have now?
They're in the call. I'll just go get it.
Sure, just go get them. Yeah, just go get them. That's fine. We have to talk about Christmas music today because it's literally 3 days before Christmas, and the next show will be the day after. Hey, Lily, what's up? Tucker's dog Lily's on the couch behind him. I can see now. Look at that. Lily cameo. Just showing off stickers and art. We're talking to a dog because he's getting jerseys. This is what we deserve to do days before Christmas after genuinely the most forgettable Chiefs football game in like a decade. We look, if we could talk about Brashard Smith's big day right now, we'd be doing it. Instead, we're talking about dogs and stickers and jerseys. Oh my goodness!
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'll narrate for the audio audience. There's a lot of jerseys. Okay, Troy Polamalu, Steelers. Ooh, Super Bowl patches too. That's sick on the sleeves.
Thrift store find.
No kidding? All right, so we got Polamalu. Justin Houston. I'm going to just count the one Chiefs jersey, but we got the Justin Houston, Chiefs legend.
We got a lot of
Dontari Poe,
yeah.
legend. Two of my favorites.
We'll just go ahead and knock out the Chiefs.
Yep, good.
Mahomes, it's falling off the hanger.
That's okay. Well, flight at half-mast, I guess. Tommy Townsend, Texans legend. When did you get that one?
I punted a ball 45 yards, I think, and BJ bought it for me.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Didn't even consider how good it is that you do have a Justin Tuck Giants jersey. Remarkable. Love that for you. I see Vikings. I almost said Julius Randle. That's extremely wrong.
John Randle starter.
Thank you very much. I almost said the words Julius. I was starting to form the word Julius, and I stopped myself to save myself only a tiny bit of embarrassment. Bob Sanders. What a dog.
It's a sick one. That's a good one.
Eric Berry, gotta have it. I love you have at least, 3 safeties so far?
Yeah, dude, I love safeties.
Keyshawn Johnson, Bucks jersey, the red, delightful. Okay, we got 6 teams spoken for.
Oh, yeah.
Albert Ainsworth, Titans jersey. A legend of sports business. Deuce McAllister, Saints. You have the whole NFC South?
No Falcons.
No Falcons. Okay. MJD, Jags, incredible. We're at 9. Clinton Portis, Washington football team. We're at 10.
I had some of these. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Is that another Ricky Williams Dolphins?
No, I think you might have accidentally.
I might have counted that one early. Yeah. I might have counted that one early.
I think there's one more in there. That's it. That's all.
I feel like there was one in there that I saw that I don't think I counted. I might be wrong. I might be completely wrong. I'm wrong. 10 teams and half a dozen Chiefs jerseys. It's just a good bit. I have supported this hobby of Tucker's I think the one of those that I have like thought about getting my own of is Ricky Williams. I think the Dolphins teal and the baffling. I don't know. I love the color scheme. I love Ricky Williams from as far as I know. Unless there's something weird that's happened recently, I don't know. Just
Didn't
seems
get in
like
trouble for anything. I think he's been
a delight.
Yeah, didn't get in trouble. Yeah, I need to be back on my eBay menacing for other teams, and I need more linebackers. So I need a Panthers one, right? I need to get a Panthers one, and Luke Kuechly is the kind of the one that I've been wanting to get for Panthers. So I've been on eBay. I've been scouting. If you guys watch KCSN live, we've scouted eBay before. Together, we've scouted eBay for white Chiefs jerseys just to kind of show people that like they like really don't exist, and if they do exist, it's Larry Johnson or Priest Holmes. Those are your only options.
It's so weird.
It's
Wait, and now you have the Justin Houston. I didn't even realize in this case, what almost a literal white whale that would be. I had no idea.
Need that Sean Barber white jersey? I just need to ask him.
He's got to have some, right?
Like, Sean, do you have a white jersey? The other day, speaking of Sean Barber, for some reason I decided I was like, I need to be cheered up. Let's watch 2003 Chiefs. So I watched the 2003 Chiefs team in the playoffs against the Colts. Obviously, they lost that game. But I saw big number 5'3" shooting through a gap and stopping Edgerrin James behind the line of scrimmage. I said, is that Sean Barber? You bet your ass it was Sean Barber. He led the game with like 11 tackles or something like that.
Yeah.
So shout out Barber in that game. Ultimately, that 03 defense could not stop a nosebleed. So
no, it wasn't his fault.
But it was not his fault.
Ice Pyro says any team you wouldn't get a jersey for. I will see. That's the Raiders have perhaps just from like the way my general fashion is set up. The Raiders might have the easiest jersey for me to just like wear in my day to day. Like the black and the silver and black, the home jersey, really good. Their throwbacks are really good. You will never catch me in a Raiders or Broncos jersey, man. Yeah. There's no shot.
I think Raiders and Broncos are probably the only two that I wouldn't get. Right?
I could see you wearing a LaDainian Tomlinson and not feeling like a Chiefs trader, you know?
Yeah, I've been in the hunt for a Navy LT, and I lost a bid at the very last moment for a Navy LT, you know, with the lightning stripes on, lightning bolts on.
Yeah, it's good. They're just really good.
It's a great aesthetic team. And, like, Tara and I were talking about this, too, because Tara's like, okay, well, now, you know, the Broncos losing, I was obviously stoked about that. I always liked
right. Yeah, it was great. I was the highlight of my day.
Bo Nick's throwing a pick, and I got to call him Bo Picks. Again, that was kind of fun.
I thought of you so much watching Bo Nix struggle down the field there.
Yeah, I'm just time will tell, man. That's all I'm saying. Time will tell. All will be proven that I was right. Time will tell that I was right. I just have to wait it out, and that's okay. But he might win the same amount of playoff games Patrick Mahomes will this year. That's going to be great for me.
I think I'm planting my flag in that at this point.
I am, but Tara and I were talking about, like, okay, she's like, I would much rather have the Chargers win the AFC West, because now, like, it's going to be like a legit race for the AFC West now, because the Chargers, I think, I can't remember who the Chargers have next, but, like, week 18 might be for the division, and, like, that Chargers-Broncos game, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And Tara was saying, like, I'd rather have the Chargers. I was like, I feel nothing towards the Chargers. Like, I feel no sort of animosity. I don't hate the Chargers. Like, when the Chargers beat the Chiefs, I was just like, that sucks. But I was more upset that the Chiefs won than the Chargers. Wait. I was more upset that the Chiefs lost than the Chargers won, if that makes sense.
Antonio Gates hurt me enough that, like, I have animosity towards him, but also immense respect. If you wore an Antonio Gates jersey, I would be like, that's pretty sick. I just respect him. I respect Phil Rivers. They have an incredible aesthetic. They always have. I think them being in LA also makes it like a little bit softer now, or just like, I don't know. They're just, you know, they're a big corporate team playing in a spaceship and moving cities and all of that. But I'm with you. I feel real animosity towards the Raiders. Very little towards the Chargers, and a significant by a landslide amount towards the Broncos.
So I have a sheet in my phone of like players that I would wear from like these different teams, right?
Yes,
and Josh, you and I have gone through it.
I've had the privilege. It was a delight.
Yeah, of like talking about like which players would I actually wear. Like I'm not gonna wear like a Joe Burrow Bengals jersey, right? I'm not gonna pop out in a Jamar Chase Bengals jersey.
Right.
It would need to be like Chad
Pac-Man
Johnson.
Jones.
Pac-Man Jones.
Ochocinco for sure, yeah.
Vontez Perfect? Maybe?
TJ Hushmanzada?
Yes, like it's that era. Like I also don't want to pop out in a Carson Palmer jersey either because like that's a little bit like you don't really want quarterbacks.
Oh man, I just realized that I just want players that were in NFL Street too. That's what I just realized for me. It just all came down to that, huh?
Yeah, it is. I'm trying to find a Tony Richardson Jets jersey. I know that obviously Tony Richardson was really good, but like that can be my Jets play is Tony Richardson Jets.
I'll tell you what, another Chiefs legend, Thomas Jones. I'd take a Thomas Jones Jets jersey. I had and don't know where it is, and frankly at this point, I've accepted that I don't need it anymore. I had a Brett Favre Jets jersey. And that was my favorite thing for a while because it was like a, well, now I say it's like a Phil Rivers Colts jersey. That's not true because he was there earlier. That really was a special garment to me for a long time. Mm-hmm. And then some things happened, and then some more things happened.
Yeah.
So we need to take a break desperately. We can go longer than an hour today, even though there's absolutely... We need to briefly... We have to do One Worry, One Wish. I've just decided we have to do that because there's a game.
This is the last game before... The last show before a game.
And if we don't talk about...
on the sheet, but yes.
If we don't talk about Christmas music either... It's never going to happen. I just have 3 albums that I've been thinking about. In fairness, I haven't listened to most of them yet because I've been in a weird headspace. And apparently there's news. So I'm going to go figure out what that is. You hit the ad here, and we'll be back in a second.
All right.
Missouri, your moment is finally here because DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is now live in your state. Now you can make every game even more exciting with same-game parlays, money lines, props, and more, all from your phone, all safe, secure, and easy to use. Missouri fans know game day. The tailgates, the noise, the passion. Now with DraftKings Sportsbook, you can bring that same energy to every snap, every touchdown, every win. And right now, new Missouri customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. No waiting, no nonsense, just pure action powered by America's top-rated sportsbook app. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code KCSN. New Missouri customers bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. That's code KCSN. The crown is yours. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus, physically present in Missouri. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
I'll mention the news here real quick. I don't know if we're going to spend a ton of time in it today. We might talk about it more on Friday. Sam McDowell has tweeted, breaking, the Chiefs have informed administrative officials that they will announce their move to Kansas today, pending the expected LCC approval, I'm told. Again, that's from Sam McDowell of the Kansas City Star. I've had the same take on this throughout pretty much this entire process, and I know it's not necessarily what some people want to hear, but it's just honestly where I'm at. I was born in Wichita. I, from age 10 to 25, lived in the Kansas side of the KC metro area, and now I live in Missouri, and I do want, like, Missouri property values to be good, and I care about, I live in Jackson County. So I really feel a true love for both of these states. I'm neither a KU nor a Mizzou guy. I didn't get any of the collegiate hatred that way. So this does not affect me in a way that I'm terribly worked up about. I know there are people on the Kansas side really excited. There are people on the Missouri side who are really bummed. I don't think it makes a ton of sense for that to become become a Kansas versus Missouri thing, because as far as I know, people on Kansas have been rooting for this team and will continue to root for this team while they continue playing an Arrowhead for the foreseeable future. And Missouri fans can do the same when it's on the Kansas side. I have larger scale thoughts about the Chiefs and Royals and what this means for the Royals and where I hope they end up. This whole process started with the Royals talking about downtown baseball in KC Mo, and I still think that makes the most sense. I don't know if that's going to happen. I have mercifully have kind of kept my distance from a bunch of this stuff today, but it sounds like all the reports and directions are pointing towards the Chiefs in Kansas, which I think has made, a decent amount of sense for a while throughout this process. Don't know any of the other details of location or all that. We'll find that out later, but worth noting. And I don't know. It is not personally terribly consequential to me. I think it makes a lot of sense to have the teams on different sides of the state line.
Sure.
As again, I still think downtown baseball, that sales pitch made sense, even though the specifics of the pitch that was made to Jackson County had its issues from all factors. But yeah, that's the news right there. We'll see where it all ends up. But I don't know. I am kind of equally annoyed by both sides of people who I feel like are really saying a lot without a significant amount of intel.
I do think it obviously could have been handled better. I think that's, Captain Obvious has entered the chat now. I think it could have been handled better by both the team and the state and the city, and everybody on everywhere could have handled it better. What's a bummer for me is the nostalgia factor of it.
Sure.
What's been so kind of synonymous, I think, with the Chiefs has been history. Like, that's been a big part of the Chiefs franchises. We are a historic franchise. We are an AFL we are the founding AFL team. Lamar Hunt created this, group of misfits, put them together, all these owners, to create their own league to go up against the National Football League, and then they joined the National Football League together, like, to create this huge conglomerate of what it is now. That's been what's really cool about Arrowhead now is it's a big museum basically to that as well on top of it.
Yep.
Now I'm sure you'll still get a little bit of that museum, but it's going to hit a little bit different, right? It's not going to be quite the same of like, oh, this is the building that they built for, this historic team that moved here when the NFL tried to put another team in Dallas to run Lamar Hunt out of town. So he, so they could kill the league and kill their competition. So he moved them to Kansas City to kind of help the league thrive a little bit. You're not going to get that same feeling. That's what's a bummer to me. That the location is going to be, obviously, I live 10 minutes away from where the stadium is, so like that's cool for me. Like, I really like being just 10 minutes away from both of those stadiums. But it's going to be the atmosphere, the environment is going to be completely. As much as they want to say, oh, there'll still be room for tailgating, it's not going to be the same.
Right.
Could it be better? Maybe. But I think what we all love so much about Arrowhead is the continuity, the atmosphere, the environment, and the history, the historic nature of that building. You're not going to have that anymore. And that's a little bit of a bummer to me. Might be time for the bummed out graphic. Because that's if they're in Kansas, it doesn't, right, as you mentioned, Josh, like, it doesn't matter where they're at, but I think that for the Chiefs, it meant a whole lot more for them to stay where they were than what the Royals did to stay where they were, right? Sure. Both old stadiums, right? Both have some wear and tear on them, but both also have the charm of being an older stadium and being able to stand the test of time. Both phenomenal stadiums, by the way. Like, you have out-of-town people come into both of these parks, and they're like, oh my goodness, they're blown out of the water about with these places. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm just bummed out about the nostalgia factor of it. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug. I mean, it does wonders, but I wonder how this is going to the other side of things, how this then affects the legacy of all involved. And I'll leave it at that. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, building your new place is going to either be really good or really bad. We'll see how it turns out.
Yep, and we don't have any details other than that report there from McDowell. I don't know that we're going to get more details today. Maybe we will. Yeah. Did you see Timothy Chalamet was on top of the Sphere? Man,
I loved, this about me, Josh. I love Timothy Chalamet. Not as much as my fiance, but it is really close. Like, it is so
Just
close.
To be clear, I think I know the answer to this. You're saying that you love Timothy Chalamet almost as much as you love your fiance, not that you love him almost as much as she loves him. I think you love Timothy Chalamet more than Tara does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm definitely a bigger Timmy T stan than Tara is. But I've got post notifications on. Good call on that one. I got post notifications on for Timothy Chalamet.
Really? I mean, look, every time he drops, it's something.
That dude is so cool. I want to be him so bad.
He's really doing a good job with all the Marty Supreme stuff. I feel like he's using his moment very well.
I've got my tickets already for Marty Supreme. Like, I'm going.
I think I'm also probably going. I haven't bought my tickets yet, but I'm probably going.
His buzz cut was a bold move because he had a nice head of lettuce on him. But
was that not for the movie?
It was, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And see, now he's keeping it because he's still promoting the movie. He's on top of it, man. He's trying to be a legit movie star and like acknowledging that at every step. Like, I'm here to make art and be a movie star, and I'm gonna do what it takes to make that happen. Nobody else is doing it on top of the sphere.
That was really cool.
Oh, hey, look at this. It is Shane Buechele. I thought it would probably be Bailey Zappi, but Shane Buechele is back. He has to pass a physical, headed to Kansas City per Schefter.
I was wondering why my phone was buzzing so much.
Shane Buechele off the Bills practice squad for the rest of the season. Let's go ahead and just shift this brand into a breaking news team, a Buechele news team.
Season saved, chat.
He's been around, I guess. So yeah, there you go. I figured it'd be him or Zappi. Just got to get to the end of the year. I have to talk about this Christmas music because it becomes irrelevant after today's show, and it's barely relevant now. Tucker, do you have Christmas music that you go to? Oh, we haven't done One Worry, One Wish. We're going to do it fast at the end. That's okay. We'll save it. One Worry, One Wish will be the last thing we do on today's show. Okay. Do you have any interest in any Christmas music, or are you a Christmas music avoider?
No, I listen to Christmas music, but I like the Sinatra. I'll be honest. I like the Sinatra. I like the Dean Martin. Is that his name?
Yeah.
I like the old crooners, right?
I like that. Crooners? Yeah.
That's the kind of Christmas music I like.
Get the little Elvis Christmas out there. Not as much.
Hot take. Not a big Elvis guy.
Whoa!
Not a big Elvis guy. Didn't really like Austin Butler for a while because he just like kept being Elvis after he was Elvis.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Elvis, and then he just like
Thank God Timothée Chalamet didn't play Elvis.
Yeah, and then I would have been so out. No, I probably wouldn't have been. Yeah, I play the hits. I play the classics. I play when like on Spotify they have like the classic Christmas mix. That's the one I play. That's
good. That would be in a just like a generic situation. That would also like if I wasn't choosing literally 3 that I'm going to pick for you here, I would go that way before I would go to just modern Christmas hits.
Sure.
Seamus said earlier, Beards is right. All Christmas music is just the same 6 songs sung by different people. A great take from Beards McFly.
100%.
That is largely true.
Yeah.
My suggestion, my favorite 3 here are not that, which is I think why I like it. 3 albums for you. One that I think Scott already nailed, already found from downtown. Ooh, VF's Epic says Jimmy Buffett's Christmas album slaps.
Oh, wait a second.
That's going to go on the playlist, actually. That's a good call. Thank you very much, VF. That's great. But as Scott said, the Reliant K Christmas album is elite. The first Christmas album I ever cared about, I think, on a personal level, was Reliant K's "Deck the Halls, Bruise Your Hand." But the second one that I think includes the deck songs and then more is Reliant K's "Let It Snow, Baby, Let It Rain, Dear." That's the one that's been in the rotation for me for the longest. The one I've listened to the most over the last 10 years is probably Chance the Rapper and Jeremiah's "Merry Christmas, Lil Mama." Good one. It's on streaming now. It wasn't for a long time, but it is on streaming now. They had like a deluxe version they put out. It's excellent. And it's just, if you want to listen to Christmassy music that is mostly Chance the Rapper, that's the way to do it. Same deal for The Killers. So I think their Christmas album is actually, I think they did like 1 Christmas song or 2 Christmas songs a year for a long time and then compiled it into an album called Don't Waste Your Wishes. It is honestly, it's a Killers album about Christmas. And that to me, it's just more Killers songs. I can't remember off the top of my head if they're all originals. I don't think they're all originals, but the vast majority of them are. The song A Great Big Sled works 365 days out of the year. It is Brandon Flowers, not that one. It is Brandon Flowers doing his thing. That's the lead singer of The Killers and the former Chiefs cornerback. No relation.
Yeah, I went to high school with him too.
Say again?
I went to high school with a kid named Brandon Flowers too. Not the same guy.
Did you really?
Third
guy? Third Brandon Flowers?
Third Brandon Flowers in the world, yeah.
I can't believe how many Brandon Flowerses there are. Too many. It's a delight. So Chance the Rapper, The Killers, and Reliant K have my 3 favorite Christmas albums. Those are the secrets that I've been here to hold off for nearly a month. I will be checking out the Jimmy Buffett one. That's a good idea. My mom will be checking out the Jimmy Buffett one, according to her in the chat right now. Good recommendation, VF. throw them out there if you want. And
All right,
if you want to put some Christmas music suggestions in the Substack, I'm going to link them all out down there. And you can see those in the Substack at jbbrisco.com. We'll take you there. I do the Substack after every episode. I don't usually talk about it because I forget. Do you do one worry, one wish?
Yeah, I guess we can. I'm still kind of there's lots of flurry of news right there with the old Shane Buechele and also the stadium as well. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I would say almost equally sized pieces of news for the foreseeable future.
I think so. Yeah.
Matt Derrick says that the Legislative Coordinating Council is now taking up the discussion of the Star Bonds for a new Chiefs Stadium in Kansas. The council is going into a closed session. So we'll have more details on that. It's again the arrow's been pointing that direction for a while, it seems, and so we'll end up with more details in a minute or by Friday. We might talk about it more with Nate on Weird Games tomorrow as well if he ends up with more details on it. Just don't have a lot more info right now. What am I worried about? You know what? I'm worried that Brashard Smith is going to get too many carries. We're going to try something. We're trying something here, everybody. Don't overreact. We're trying something different. I am terrified that Brashard Smith is going to get so many real running back carries against the Denver Broncos that he's going to just walk away from football. He's going to say, I can't have 15, 20 carries in a game. I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm worried we're going to see too many of the rookies and too much youth against the Broncos on Christmas. What are you worried about, Tucker?
I'm worried about global warming.
Good. As you should be. Did you end up caring about Chiefs Titans? That was your worry last week.
No.
Good. Good.
No.
Hey, it's something that's nice for your worries not to come to fruition.
Right, yeah.
My wish is that there's something fun. Give me something to talk about. Give us a little bit of a Christmas sprinkle.
Yeah.
I don't want all coal. I wish that my lovely in-laws won't ever expect to see me on Christmas again, apparently. Because we're just going to have, we got Chiefs on Christmas. I wish...
Oh, I got one.
You got one? Mm-hmm. What you got?
I wish that this makes the NFL not schedule the Chiefs on Christmas anymore.
Oh, interesting. I'm taking Scott's. I'm worried I might see what Jeffrey Bossa looks like.
See his face. He might not be. They actually posted a picture of him, and I was like, that is Jeffrey Bossa.
Whoa, no! Someone says no tear for Minshew. Hold on, what? Really? Or is that their wish? That might be their wish.
Hang on.
I haven't seen anything else.
Ian
had a lot
Rappaport.
of
Gardner
news
Minshew
today.
received some good news. ACL was spared, sources say, following the MRI. His knee is still injured and should miss game time, but it was not what it initially appeared.
Well, forget what I said earlier in the show then, everybody. Maybe he can be your bridge quarterback still. Probably not finishing the year still, I would guess, but maybe he gets out there for Week 18.
First reply, I'm glad he will be healthy to make his trip to Cancun.
Truly. It's better. It seems better than a year of rehab. Seems kind of miserable, especially as a free agent and everything. But yeah, there you go. Okay, so, and his rep said here, his knee is still injured. Thanks. According to Ian Rappaport, his knee, the quarterback who you saw hobbling off in real pain and not being able to step into any of his throws, his knee is still injured.
He heard it.
And should miss game time, Rappaport says. Also, again, they play in 3 days.
A real hedge there by Ian.
Should. No, I think he's saying, like, he deserves to miss more time.
Yes. He did that. He deserves to miss time.
So, probably the Chris Oladokin, Shane Buechele show on Christmas. And then maybe you see Gardner Minshew revenge game against the team who I think is paying him more money this year than the Kansas City Chiefs, being the Las Vegas Raiders in Week 18. So that's on the table. Okay. Well, it doesn't feel like a Monday, but this was a nice show. I had a nice time.
It doesn't
Thanks
feel
for being
like Monday.
here.
I have a runny nose now, though. I don't know what's going on there.
What did happen there? If it's blood, I watched the new season of Stranger Things, or the first installment of it. That's a review for later, man. We were out of time. I got things to say.
That's a good point. I haven't seen Stranger Things since season 2. What season is it?
5.
Oh. How did that
I'm trying.
happen?
Renee and I had this conversation. I am now getting close to reviewing it. It's not like, this isn't like a Game of Thrones bad final season where it's just like they're just throwing everything out. It's like, I've just had enough, I think. I'm full. I've had enough Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
enjoyed
yeah.
it. I think season 2, maybe 3 was the peak / like an acceptable time to get out.
Yep.
All good. All good.
Oh,
all the
shit.
kids are 45 now, which is crazy because they were younger than me when it started. But
They're all older than you.
all of them are older than me. They all have full beards. It's kind of jarring.
Millie Bobby Brown is a mom now.
Literally. That one's not a joke.
I'm not even.
Like,
I'm not even
literally
kidding.
a young child in season 1 and is now a literal mother. So, yeah.
Seamus just said he started Severance, and boy, how do Josh and I have takes on that show?
Good show.
We will have to make sure that is we will not be spoiler free in our discussions of it. So, like, if you are watching that one, you will need to be caught up because I will not.
Get through it fast, Seamus, and we will.
You will. And here's the thing: you will get through it fast because, like, the way that the episode's in, you're like, well, I can't end on that one.
Cannot watch now. You make yourself take a break between seasons, which is what Renee and I did because we did not. We watched season 1 after season 2 had already come out, and it felt bad to just get to skip the waiting time that everybody got to go through.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, folks. We're gonna have some time, and let me check: January, February, March, and April to talk about some of your favorites in your favorite media, your favorite music, your favorite whatever. So there we go. All right.
Ian,
What?
Ian just tweeted that Minshew's on IR now, so he's not going to come back this year. Basically, a very bad bone bruise, no surgery needed. A non-displaced tibial plateau fracture, one that ends his season and puts Gardner Minshew on IR, source says. I'm going to quote tweet it and say, hey, at Rehab All-Star, please explain for me.
Aren't you glad that we have national quote-unquote insiders like this? Like, imagine how confusing it would have been to get all of that information at one time instead of in 2 separate tweets 5 minutes apart. That would have been so inconvenient.
So, this is not a conversation we need to have on a show. Sorry. We're already an hour and 12 minutes into this show. There's no need. I don't need to bring up how did news breaking happen in the 90s right now. I do not need to bring that up.
Tune in to tomorrow's KCSN Live as Tucker gets to the bottom of the origins of journalism. That's not what we're doing here, though. We will be back on Friday. We will have an Only Weird Games on tomorrow, of course, and then we'll let you know when we've locked in what the plan is for Only Weird Games. But we should have an Only Weird Games again on Saturday.
Yeah, that's
It's currently the plan. But we've got this show, which just happened today. Only Weird Games tomorrow. Mm-hmm. The Chiefs play on Christmas on Thursday, and we'll be back with more of this on Friday, Weird Games on Saturday, and, of course, the rest of the KCSN rundown. But if I'm not a part of it, I don't know when it all happens, you know? I open up my podcast feed, and I just pop in the earbuds, and I say, take me home, Craig Stout. But I say that every day, so it's just kind of convenient when I say it to my podcast app. That does it for us here. Thank you, Tucker, as always. Thanks to our friends at KC Cannabis Company, kccannabis.com, and if you want to get in on the Mystery Snail Mail Art Club, go to bit.ly/Mystery Snail. That does it for us here today. I'm going to go to the Chiefs facility and see if I can pass a physical, I guess, because I feel like they've got a couple of roster spots and my arm's feeling loose. We'll talk to you later. Till then, bye, Mom! Merry Christmas, everybody. Seamus, that's not what I said.
That's fair. Do you ever have a hard time striking these matchbooks?
But which ones are those? Which ones are those? Those the Majestics?
Yeah.
Beautiful. I don't know. I've had people complain about how hard it was to use the matchbooks that we gave out at our wedding. And every time I feel the need to apologize for the free party favors that we gave to our friends and family.
No, I've already burnt all those just sitting here.
Just sitting here, you said?
Yeah, I just
You want some more? I have a lot more.
Strike matches.
Maybe that's the extra thing. If you sign up for the Snail Mail Art Club and you're still listening and you hear this and you say, I want one of your wedding matches, I will absolutely put those in the envelope. If you buy a lot of stuff, you can get one of our wedding cups. Those are plastics. They're cups.
Plus for shipping, yeah.
Not gonna fit in the envelope, but we can work it out.
Should I get the Shedeur Sanders Browns jersey?
No. Not when Dylan Gabriel's right there.